Yeah, thank you for joining. My name is Shishir Gupta. I'm the founder and CEO of StartupLanes. And this is Ask Me Anything session. You can ask any question about funding, scaling up of your company, your idea, or career question. I'll be happy to answer.
Okay, so sir, first we have Mr. Puneet Agarwal. Sir, please come forward and ask your question.
Hi Shishir, this is Puneet. Good afternoon. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. So Shishir, just to give a background, I'm an ex-banker and I left my job 2 years back and I sell mobile accessories on Amazon and Flipkart.
Okay.
I have a business idea wherein I want to do a startup into B2B buying side of indirect expenses. So whatever corporates require whatever are the non-core expenses of the corporate, I want to provide them an online platform where which they can procure those products. Right. So this is at the idea validation stage. I have spoken with my network and they are all happy with the idea and obviously they are game for whenever this starts. So my question to you is, I have to my requirement currently is first I don't have a tech background, so how can I get someone who can build the application and the website and can help me in the tech side? Second is on the procurement. While I have my network with the distributors, and given that it is starting up, I don't think the volume will be so large that the companies would be willing to entertain me directly. So I want your views whether we can do a direct tie-up with the companies to procure or a distributor. Right now, to start with a procurement arrangement with a distributor will be the good way to start with. And then third, on because it is a B2B side on the indirect expenses, what should be my go-to market strategy? So there are 2-3 models that I have thought of. The one is that I can start with limited pin codes. I'm based out of Mumbai, so I can start with Mumbai only, focusing on small businesses and SMEs, where the average ticket size may not be very huge, but I can onboard the customers easily. The second go-to-market strategy that I thought is, if I go for a large corporate, there would be a lot of requirement from them, like integration with their ERP. Getting an appointment with them also will be a tough task. So I want your views on this as well. And third, if there's a possibility of getting a funding on this.
Okay, so first of all, thank you so much for asking your question. Let me understand this again. So you want to build a platform for solving the problem of non-core expenses of an organization, right?
Right, exactly.
Now, can you define non-core expenses? What could be those?
Yes, so Shishir, it will start with your as basic as stationaries to your printing requirements, then to your packing requirements, then to your consumables IT products, and not now, but at a later stage, it could also include your interiors, your furnitures, etc.
Okay. All right. So that means you want to become the vendor for supplies, which are not the basic inputs, right?
Right.
And why not all the you want to get into the core inputs also?
So for core input, every industry has their own specific requirements, right? So if I want to go for a core input, I will have to target one industry, kill that industry, and then move to another industry. Given my limited capabilities and resource, I don't think that would be possible at this stage with me alone, unless until I get someone who can join hands and we can do this together.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to understand. So, you need to limit your number of products. That's what I wanted to know from your side. You cannot have everything, So right. Maybe somebody can ask for anything which you do not have, right? Like right. I'll tell you, there is a product which is required in incense sticks. Okay.
Right.
And that product is available only in Indonesia.
Okay.
So, and the demand is also very less.
Okay.
So if somebody asks you that particular thing, it will be difficult. So you need to define the list of products. You cannot have n number of products. You need to define, and then you need to tie up with the vendors so that you can give them quantities. If you now don't give them quantities, you will not get the pricing.
Right, exactly.
So there are three parts of it. One, define the number of products. Second part is define your vendors according to the products. Third is define the logistics. Right. When you define all these three, then you have to define your buyers as well. You cannot go haywire and talk to everybody. You need to identify, first of all, identify how much requirement they would be having for what. Right. And so understand your potential connects before you approach a company. Always it is a good option to research online. If it is a listed company, you can get a lot of details there, profit and loss, balance sheet, all those are available. If it is not, if it is a private limited, then also you can ask your CA to download their last year filing. Right. From those filings, you can find out what is their expenditure on these products. Accordingly, you can plan your strategy. Right. So this is about the idea. Then you asked me whether this idea is fundable. Generally, B2B ideas are not fundable. B2B startups are not fundable because, it's very difficult to scale up immediately overnight if you get more money. To have a process of quotations and all. But when you make it as a marketplace wherein they are buying from different vendors, now you are not supplying. Different vendors are supplying, you standardize everything and they are quoting, and they are, you just become a platform, then it becomes very much fundable. If you want to supply everything yourself, then your fundability, scalability will be challenged, because you are, getting into logistics, you are getting into warehousing, you are getting into quality, you are getting into products. So a lot of issues will be there. But if you become a digital platform only, wherein you standardize the product, that these number of products will be there, and they will be having this kind of quality, this is the price, everything is organized, then you can go about it. And in case somebody is not finding something from the nearby stationery or nearby shop, they can get it done, imported, or maybe get it sent from different distance locations. You need to have a very smooth logistic operational partner. Right. So maybe a courier aggregator could help you. ShipLite, ShipRocket, these kind of, they have very good pricing. Right. So two questions answer. Another, you asked me about how do you find a co-founder who's a CTO, right?
Yes.
Or how would you build this product? So in case you are planning to build this in-house, and if you have the budget, then you can have a CTO. CTO will not be able to develop the product, but definitely will be able to guide the team about the product development. Right. Okay. In case you don't have the budget, it is always advisable to outsource this to an IT company. Right. And before you outsource it, best option is to first list all the requirements in a particular white paper, and convert a video. Once maybe you explain it to somebody, one or two vendors, and record that particular video. Now you have a written documentation and you have a video. Right. I'm not asking you to create a SRS. SRS will be complicated, but you can write everything in plain English. And then, approach StartupLanes. We can get you a lot of vendors from our system. Those vendors will together pitch you. You can share that video recording and they will pitch you. Right. And once it will save a lot of time. They will ask questions in one Zoom meeting, and then you can select a vendor. What StartupLanes does is we ensure that we your payment is with us. You don't pay directly. So we escrow the payment, and we do it module wise. Once the module is completed, you tell us that my work is done. Release the payment. We release the payment. The best part is this is entirely free service, no charges from the buyer, and no need to become a gold member or anything. It's free service for everybody. Right. So this way you control the vendors and you ensure that the work is happening. In case the work is unsatisfactory, we refund the amount, or you can change the vendor. Right. We don't release the money to them. So this protects all your rights. And also, once you have everything in black and white, they cannot say that, this was not included, that was not included. You need to think of what you want initially, and you can't increase features later on, to be honest. If you have to write down everything initially, because later on, if you increase features, IT companies will ask for more money, definitely, and that will not be as per your expectation, right? So I think all three questions answered. Any follow-up question you have?
So, Shishir, another question, that now that you informed that StartupLanes helps in this, would you also have a team for marketing or a vendor list for who can help in digital marketing as well?
Yes. So we have everything. We call it managed escrow as a service, wherein founders can source everything through us in a managed escrow as a service model. And in case, because you are making something for sourcing, you can also find out some opportunity to tie up or collaborate with StartupLanes for that. We do managed escrow as a service, and we offer this facility to all the founders, so that they are not cheated, their interest is protected, and work is divided into modules. And one more thing that we help on the seller side is, sellers also get an opportunity to utilize the benefit of StartupLanes brand and front end, because the small companies, they can offer good price, but they don't have customer support. So who will provide that customer support? Who will pick up your calls if you have some problem, right? So that is what we do. We support both sides, sellers and buyers both. Our team will pick up calls and mediate and manage and ensure that your work is done, right? That's very important. Plus, we are specialists of multiple domains: technology, finance, HR. We are specialists in the multiple domains, so we can assure that this happens. Plus, we are tied up with a lot of digital marketing companies. In fact, if you want the best of the best, we have those also, and we will ensure that they will talk to you. Sometimes, small budget, they don't want to entertain. Some clients, if you say, my budget is 50,000 per month, they will not entertain. But because we are a large buyer and referrer for them, they entertain all our requests. They might tell you that we might not be able to set up a campaign, but they will advise you on that, right? So that will also become, before you go to a digital marketing company, you need to have a clear customer acquisition cost model, and you need to know the lifetime value of the customer. If you know your CAC and LTV, then it will help plan your budget. And this CAC you can find out by giving it to a pilot to any digital marketing company. You can do Facebook, Google, email marketing, SMS, WhatsApp campaign for you. That will, and every channel you have to study the CAC, right? So for some kind of activities, some channels are very good, like still real estate players are using SMS, right? But SMS is not very much useful for an IT company, or for an organization which has something which is not so common. So for common things, SMS is good enough, right? But not for not so common things, SMS is not good enough. So you need to find out this multiple CACs, and then you get a blended CAC. As per the blended CAC, you can plan out everything, your budget, and that is how, because of your CACs to LTV, we can plan out the funding. This is pretty fundable if you make it as an aggregation model or a platform. But if you get into supplying yourself, I'm sorry, it may not be fundable as it is, because it becomes really very, very difficult, provided the challenges of logistics, quality control, warehousing, lot of challenges come, and it will not be an asset light model. You need to have a inventory model.
So Shishir, just one more follow-up question on this. So I thought of a marketplace model, but because this was a starting up, so I thought managing the inventory will maintain the quality. So this was my idea, that I'll start with an inventory model wherein I'll provide everything in the start, and later on when I scale up, then we can look at the marketplace model. Because
what you can do is, you can initially just limit the number of and the name brands of products, right? So limit some, say start with 100 products and start with say 400 or 500 brands, just 4 brands for one product. Suppose I want to buy a pen, you can tell me the option: either you buy Reynolds, you buy Parker, or these 4 products are there, because these are the most common ones. We don't deal in the less branded or not so known one,
Right.
because what will happen is brand challenges or the quality challenges will only come when you start selling local products. If you are selling the paper of JK, you might not have such kind of problem, because they have good quality and they have quality customer support. Everything is there. They will refund the money if manufacturing defect is there.
Okay.
But you will find challenges in the local players. So avoid local players initially.
Okay.
And then later on, you set up your own manufacturing, or you ask them to contract manufacture on your behalf under your branding.
Right.
That will give you more margins, will establish your brand, and still you will be a marketplace, just like Amazon did. Amazon had invested into a lot of companies. They don't own 100%, but they are getting 49% or even below that in some manufacturing organization, where they promote their own products, right? So later on you can do that. You can have contract manufacturing, and your brand will be promoted, and you can control the quality, right? And still you will be a platform.
Okay. That's great, Shishir, for your guidance. It will help me a lot to fix this and plan this out. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. All right, Anjana, we can take the next one.
We have Mr. Swarnanka Singh. Please come forward and ask your question.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Swarnanka.
Hi, Shishir. So my question is, actually we are having a food and beverages business. It's a restaurant actually, and it's in very initial stage. It's about 1 year old, and we are having a monthly sales of around 5 lakhs, 6 lakhs as of now. And honestly, it's not a profit that we are getting as of now. However, due to the funding issue, due to the budget issue, we have a team strength of 10 people right now. But we have a clear vision path. In forward, and if we get some funding, obviously with our product offering that we are offering, and with the quality that we are maintaining, and with the team strength that we are having, we can scale up new heights. But my question is, does any investors, have any interest into investing into a very new company which is not having profits as of now? So that will be my primary question.
I'll tell you. See, first of all, let me ask you, when do we get profits? Right? Can you answer that? When do we get profits?
Sure. So basically, it's the sales minus the costing part, and then we have some buffers. So as of now, what is happening is we are not into break even also. There are, because of the COVID market and high commissions to Swiggy and Zomato, and obviously with the lesser feasibility of the brand name, we are not able to clock that. But yes, the feedback from the clients who are having food from our restaurant is good.
Let me come to the point. So suppose I'll tell you that there is you dig and you get the gold in the ground. Okay. So for how long you will keep on digging? Tell me.
So we have been doing it for last 1.5 years now.
No, I'm asking a simple question. You dig the ground. If I tell you that there is gold inside the ground, for how long you will dig the ground?
Till we find that.
Yes, exactly. So that is how the scalability happens. If you are scalable, you keep on scaling up, right? And when you stop scaling up, then you start getting profits. You get my funda? So if profit means you have stopped scaling up, you have stopped the digging. When will you utilize the gold? When you stop digging, isn't it? You will go back to home, you start selling, and then you make. So the right time to reap profits is when you don't have scope for scaling up, right? And that is what investors also know. If you are making profits, they have this apprehension in their mind that you don't have scope, or you are not a good manager or not a good entrepreneur. You don't know how to grow, right? If you are growing, then you don't have profits, which is very, very nominal. Got my point? That is why like Flipkart, they became a lot of companies, they still were into losses. Even Zomato IPO'd on losses.
Right.
So that shows a growing company can never make profit. Still, the scope of expansion is there. Why would they? They will do capex, and when you are doing capex, you cannot have profits, right? So ultimately, no investor will look for profits, but investors will look for profitability, right? You need to understand the difference between profit and profitability. You getting my point? If you are selling something, suppose you are buying something for 98 rupees and you are selling it for 100, your profitability is 2% or 2 rupees. And if you are buying something for 80 rupees, provided at all your cost, office cost, everything, management cost, and you are selling it for 100 rupees, your profit margin is 80 and 20. So 80 is cost, 20 is your profit margin. That means 20% you are making profitability, not the profit. These are not your net profit. So investors want good profitability, but not phenomenal profitability. Because if you have, say, 20 rupees cost and you have 80 rupees profit, then your investor will be the first person who will start this business. Getting
right?
Right. Why? Sir. Because this is the fundamental of this, the rule of economics. When you have more profit margins, more market players will enter the market.
Absolutely.
Right. Competition will increase and equilibrium will come. Absolutely. Nature itself balances everything. Right. So nominal profit, but as compared to the peers.
Right, sir.
So they might compare you with Domino's, they might compare you with other companies, or other restaurants, they know. And they will find out how you are compared. So percentage does not matter, percentile will matter here. If you are up in the percentile, if you are efficient, right, investors will be happy to put in money because they know this is an efficient company, my money will go into the right direction and this will scale up, right? So profits does not matter, profitability matters, your comparison with the peers matter, your efficiency matters a lot, right? Also, your revenue is to number of employees matter. Getting my point? If you have too many employees and less revenue, bad company. Less in number of employees, more revenue, good company, right? Your influence over customers matters. Your influence over vendors, suppliers matters, right? What would happen if there is a strike and suppose you will get only limited number of wheat flour, okay? And there are 5 restaurants whom they will supply. So if you have influence over them, if they think, no, Swaranka's company is good, they have supported us in bad times also, first we have to supply them. So that everything matters. Your relationship matters, your influence over the customer matters, and I'll tell you how. Suppose one day your chef, is not in a good mood and he spoiled the food, and what would happen if your relationship is good with the customer will tell you that Swaranka, today the food was not good, right? But if your relationship is bad, they will not tell you, they will tell people.
Right, sir.
So all those things, there are A to Z 26 points that we have identified, ABCD 26 points. And on those bases, we rank a company. On those bases, we value a company. On those bases, we advise a company to scale up. And on the same basis, we go to the investor and we tell them that, evaluate a company on the same basis, right? And that method has been propounded by me. So I've developed that method over a period of time. Thankfully, it became, study of lot of universities, lot of, venture capitalists have started accepting those kind of valuations and methods. And all that is all you have to focus upon. If you focus upon in the right way, you will keep on scaling up, right? And that's what I would recommend you to create an asset light model, tie up with other, joints and tell them, or maybe some stores, grocery stores and all, or departmental stores, and start focusing, upon opening up your small outlets there inside, right? Utilize the footfall.
we already have a, like as you said, the backups and all. So it generally happens during COVID times and all, like the people, like becomes, like COVID positive. We already have a backup in place, so the store is not off for a day. And also the supplying model, I mean, the vendors are also fixed. So in any given day, the vendor supplies food to us, and the ratings and reviews are also good in Google, Swiggy and Zomato. The only thing is our profit is, I mean, our sale is not in that volume which can fetch us a profit right now. Our margin is around, we operate around 25 to 30% margin generally for Swiggy and Zomato. But then, due to the lack of, the store is not in the place where the footfall is very high, or, it is not a big store, or, so that is why, and it's a very pretty new business. So that is how we need to scale up, and we need funding for that, so that we can be at the right market and with resources. So there's
before we close your question, I would like to advise and everybody, don't depict funding as your problem. Right? Most of the founders always say lack of funds, we can scale up, we can become big. Don't depict it as a problem. Depict it as an opportunity to the investors, right? Wherever you have a public appearance, because whatever you are telling me, you might be telling to other people as well. Do not say like this. Always tell them that this is the opportunity. You're getting my point?
Right, sir.
If somebody comes to you on a railway station, suppose, and ask you, Swaranka, please help me, I've lost my wallet, I want to go back, and he looks like a good man, right? What maximum you can do is 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, right? Not more than that. But suppose somebody comes to you and say, I've lost my wallet, all in all, and this is a mobile phone with bill I just bought it from the store, and somebody, picked my pocket, and this phone cost, 1 lakh rupees, I'm selling it for 30,000. Right? So what will you do? You will shell out 30,000. Why? Because it was an opportunity. Later you find out that he was
good thing at a lesser, cheaper price.
Right. So we take decisions on the basis of two emotions, fear and greed. Right. When we are greedy, we shell out money and we buy things, isn't it? We think that we are getting something very good, and because of the fear, we sell off things that the price might go down, the product will go bad, and we sell off. So we acquire things because of the greed, and we throw off things, or we get away with things because of the fear, right? And if you utilize this well, then you will know how to get things from how to get actions from the other person, right? So it's just like marketing. When you approach investors, you should show them the right kind of opportunity. If you tell them that I need funds, I can grow, I'll help this, I'll help that, they are just thinking that they will be helping you, and help has a limited segment, right? Help has a limited segment. If you are drinking a bottle of Coke, one poor boy comes, you will not give him the entire bottle, you might give him a little one. Absolutely. Right? But opportunity, when you see, people sell off their houses and invest. Getting my point? Because they see the opportunity. So all you have to do is show the opportunities to the investors. Tell them that my business is going pretty well, I don't have to worry, I'm very confident, my business will flourish. If in case you invest, you will be the person who's benefiting. I may be benefiting, but you will be benefiting more, right? And that is what we do at StartupLanes also. We find out what are your strengths, we show those strengths to the investors, we build everything on those bases, and when the investors get face to face with you, you have that kind of preparations. By God's grace, every startup coming to us and going to demo day is funded till date, right? There are 1 or 2 startups who have not received funding, we are giving them another demo day, right? So that is how this is working. We help you, support you in all those things, but definitely you need to support yourself also. You need to be very confident, you need to have that model, you need to understand what is you need to understand how you will scale up. You need to have a clear sense of customer acquisition, right? Then nobody can stop you for sure. Because I never say you bring in something unique. I never say that. I always say you bring in something which is already there. The demand should be there for that product, and reduce the prices. You copy the leaders, reduce the price, you will always be successful. But if you think that I will bring in something new, you will have to fight in the market for product acceptability, brand acceptability and all, and you need to spend a lot of money in developing the brand, right? Everybody forgets about the brand if you make the product good, homogeneous product like a leader, and the price is lower than the market leader, right? You make a Maggi noodle packet which is same in taste, same in look and feel, everything same, right? And it is safe to eat, you have some certification, and you start selling it for 8 rupees. The 12 rupees packet, you start selling it for 8 rupees or 7 rupees. Then people will definitely buy. At least the restaurants, the street shops, they will buy, because they know nobody will find out any difference. Everything is same. Ingredients are same. Look and feel is same. They will definitely buy from you in bulk. Nobody will buy from the Maggi noodle packet for 12 rupees when you are selling a similar product which is exactly same for a lesser price. This is called disruption, and technically it is called low end disruption. In low end, there are two types of disruption: price and convenience, right? Even if you are selling at a lower price, but you are selling at Mars or Moon, nobody is going to buy from you, right? You need to be coming to the customer. It should be convenient for the customer to buy it, right? If you increase the convenience, definitely disruption will happen. All right. Any follow-up question you have?
No, sir. That's all as of now, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure talking to you. All right. So we can take the next one, please.
Next, we have Mr. Biladal Chaudhary.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yes, Biladal.
I'll just allow my
Sure.
Can you see me?
Yes, you are pretty much visible.
Thanks, Shishir. Thanks for the opportunity to ask my question. See, basically what we as a team are planning, we are basically trying to implement a platform for services. It would be basically, you can compare it with Amazon or Flipkart, where in a platform you get all kinds of products. Here we will be getting all kinds of services. So that is not something which is very unique. There are competitors in the market, but still, as you said, we're trying into something which is already proven, and we will offer something unique at a lesser price, or some more benefits or some more opportunities for the customers to get from our platform. So we are quite confident with our product. We are in a pre-revenue model, but still we got a strong team in case of as far as marketing or the technical part is concerned, because it would be mostly an app-based where a strong technical team is required. So we have got all those co-founders with us. So the basic question, or the first and the main question what I want to ask from you is that we have brainstormed ourselves, and what we see that we are getting at break even at around 2.5 years from the starting point.
Okay.
So just wanted to know, as a legend from the industry like you, that whether this is an acceptable model for the investors, or the for the person to whom we will be asking for the funds, or to ask them to give the opportunity to grow along with us. So is this an acceptable model where a startup which is not very unique in offerings, but with a good team and good strong infrastructure and background, so getting a projected break-even at 2.5 or at around 3 years from the start of operation, is it an acceptable model for the investors? That is number one. And number two, what would be your suggestion? See, at a service level, there could be many services which can be offered, from general services to niche services. So what would be your advice to go with a set of services or a limited services to start off with? So that were the basic questions.
Right. So first of all, let me answer your first question, and thank you for the kind words. Right. I'm so humbled with that. So as far as you asked about the 2.5 years break-even point, so investors generally, if they are visionaries, if a good investor is there, or rather I'll say wealthy person or rich person, that is a rule. They are foresighted and they are visionaries, right? Poor people think about 1 month, 1 day, spending. Rich people think about investing for 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, 30 years, right? That is how they become wealthy and rich. Short sightedness never gives you wealth. Okay, so 2.5 years is nothing, because products like WhatsApp or products like Quora or Facebook, there was no revenue model even those days, and still investors believed and invested into those companies, right? There was no asset in the WhatsApp, there was nothing. There were only 16 people, 1/6 in the total company, and still investors believed. So what I'm trying to tell you is, if the person is really an actual investor, would be having a long-term perspective, right? If you think about very short term, you can never make good money. In short term, you only can do gambling, right? So I'm sure you understand, long-term wealth generation happens only in long term. So vision is for sure. If you are breaking even in 2.5 years, it's pretty normal, right? And even if it is, that is good. You can break even in 5 years, then also it is fine, right? Nobody cares about it. What investors cares about is, I'll tell you very important thing, the valuation. So if you are able to increase the valuation, then they care a damn about what are you doing with the money, because they buy your share, they will sell off the share, it's gone. Exactly. Right? They made money. Whatever you do with that money, it does not matter, right? If they are able to buy a share for, say, 10,000 rupees per share, and they are able to sell it for 1 lakh rupees per share, they made 10 times in 2.5 years. Amazing, awesome. Nobody will ask you any question, right? They will sell off. Whatever you do with that money, it's yours, right? So that is case one. And the second question that you asked about is, can you repeat that?
Yeah, sure. So basically, as I said, this would be a platform for
number of services you said.
Number of services. Shall I go with 10, 15, 20 number of services, or shall I go with chosen 5, 6 services?
Now what happens is, when you build a platform, right, there are various chances wherein the vendors will be fooling you. I'll give an example. Suppose, let's take service of AC repair. Okay. Now, suppose this AC repair guy goes to somebody's house, right, and gives you a reason that, so and so thing is not available. Say, let us say coil is not available, and it will come from America, it will come from US, and this is the charts. And what you will do, if you don't have that knowledge, you might accept it, right? Because you don't know,
right?
Customers don't know,
right.
But later on, maybe customer will pay for it. Later on, when customer realizes that chuna lag gaya, then the customer will write a bad review for you,
right? Not for that person,
right? Because they don't know that guy.
Exactly.
They know you, your organization, right? They will not write for Biladal Chaudhary, they will write for your organization, that these are scammers, right? Where the first thing everybody writes is scammer. These are the scammer, fraud people, cheat, right? Indians love these words, no? Online, I can see lot of happening. So you don't have to do that, because once your online reputation is gone, you are out from the market. Nobody will download, because in the virtual world, trust is everything, right? That is why I say trust is the new currency.
Right.
You don't have money, but if you have trust, you can buy anything, right? But if trust is not there, no matter how good your product is, people will not buy it. Or how good your service is, people will not. If maybe there will be some competitors, then they will start posting that you are data steal, scammers, you don't have any real business, you are here in the market just to steal. expect this is going to happen. It is happening with everybody. Competitors are doing that. This is a new industry which is coming up, to sabotage. Earlier in older days, people used to burn the factories. That was called sabotage. Now the sabotage is you ruin the reputation of somebody and they are out of the market. Right? If you want to ruin an app, just spread the rumor that they will steal the data and they will, take away money from your account, and it's gone out of the market. Right? So that's what you have to be really, really careful while you are building this kind of app. So start with only few services, build systems and processes, very robust systems and processes, build training systems, do examinations, ensure that whomsoever, do less, but whomsoever is coming on your platform has passed that examination. If AC repairing guy goes to, repairing the AC, don't become like, other company, I'm not naming it. Be a very good company, train them, ask them the question, what will you do? What is the process? What is the process? If you suppose you go to somebody's house, what is the first thing you should do? Right? So that person will say, I'll ring the bell and I'll get inside AC repairing guy. No. Ring the bell once, don't ring 2 times. Ring the bell, wait, let the person come out, let the person ask you and greet the person. So there is a process, right? Which you need to tell them. And when you build this process, when they go, wearing a t-shirt will not help it, right? If the person is not
right. Absolutely.
So only get into 5-6 services initially, or maybe 10 services, and try to get into one segment, not every segment. Right? Find out which segment is having more requirements, which is having more demand. Get into that segment, build systems and processes, and have a wow effect on the consumer. And when consumers vouch for you, give them some cashbacks on or maybe 200 rupees coupon that could be credited next time to record a testimonial video. Right? And that will actually help you. You're getting my point? So that will be my advice to you. All the best, and definitely please come the next session also, and we'll be happy to help you scale up and raise funds and support you till your IPO. We are idea to IPO. We'll be happy to do that. Any follow-up question?
Yeah, just a small follow-up question, Shishir. We are a little confused. See, as you rightly said, the service, you took the example of AC repairing as a service. Okay? So these we have identified the services basically in 2 broad segments. One is general services, that is for classes, that is all these AC repairing, beautician, home decor and everything. And another is for for class, that was for mass, sorry. So another is for class, where we want to focus something which is very unique, not very common in India, but in abroad, something like your mental health conditioning. I'll give you just a small example. I have seen people in my neighborhood during this COVID period, because of these attrition and losing their job and everything. They are very much depressed. They are very much feeling alone. Okay, but since feeling depressed or feeling alone and going to a psychiatrist is still felt as a taboo in Indian society. But they need a counselor. But they need a if not a doctor, they at least need a counselor. So, but approaching to a counselor is still felt as a taboo in Indian society for your mental health. So, what if there is a platform where you can anonymously log in and take help from the professionals to get all this stressed out for all your depression, for all your stress that you are feeling? So, we have identified a few of those services as a niche services for the for targeting definite people. So, just the last follow-up question is that what would be your advice, that we should go for the general services or we should go for these niche services initially? For the general services, maybe the footfall will be higher, the traffic will be higher, but as you said, this sabotage or this losing of identity in the whole market is higher. But if we go for these niche services, traffic will be less, but the part size, ticket size will be higher, and getting the wow factor will be much more easy. Or if we can crack this thing, it will be a unique thing of like itself. So that was the follow-up question.
Yeah. So there is already a platform, right? It's called Clarity.
Right.
In India, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Right. So what they do is they have one-on-one consultation, and consultation with not experts. People are normal, common people, right? So say, and these are mostly the kind of question they are receiving is, I'll give you an example. Say a girl calling, she's unmarried and she is pregnant. Now whom to talk? Right.
Exactly.
She don't want to talk to her friends. She cannot disclose this to anyone.
Right.
See my point? So this platform is there, which is candid, anonymous, and they are having expert who have faced this problem. So she will talk to another lady who has faced this problem in the past anonymously, right? I have not seen this platform because I never got any kind of requirement for such. But what happened is I just can imagine what they are doing, right? So this is a separate business altogether. It cannot be a part of what you are doing. It has to be hyped off as a separate entity, as a separate business. Good business. And instead of having doctors or anybody in the platform, have people who are anonymous, right? Say Bilal Chaudhary will become BC, right? Just or maybe an alias name, right? And create a community of people who can right now they are charging per call basis, per minute something. What I suggest you is, if you want to build this, you build a subscription model.
Okay.
Right. Charge 99 rupees per month. That's it. And give them access. BC can talk to HR. Right. And HR has showcased that I can help you. I have been into the past. I have, gone through this problem. Right. I have overcome this problem. So people who are getting into problems, they are thinking about bad things, suicide and all. They will talk to those people who have overcome, keeping the candid, keeping everything anonymous.
Right.
And this will create an emotional relationship without having any, and you have to make sure that nothing should be recorded. You have to make sure both the parties, cannot keep any recordings, any proofs of this conversation, right? And automatically the data is destroyed. Once you are able to do this, I can write it down on a paper and give it to you. You can have at least 1 million customers, paying you 99 rupees, right? Even if you have 100,000 customers paying you 99 rupees, that is 1 crore rupees approximately, right? It's not small. 1 crore rupees per month revenue. And I don't know if somebody has done it, but it's a very good idea, needs execution. If you execute it well, lot of people, 99 is nothing. They can pay this 99 rupees.
Exactly. Right.
And they will be happy because today's digital world, everybody is lonely. Everybody.
Right.
And we are sitting at the home. So first, technology made us away from people in the name of making us closer to people. Facebook actually makes us away from people. Otherwise, on birthdays, we used to call people, meet people and wish them happy birthday. Now we are wishing them on WhatsApp and Facebook, isn't it? So we are not even talking to them for 2 minutes. We are just sending a message. That's it. One happy and cake icon you send. That's it. Over. Right. So instead of bringing people together, technology has made us away from each other, and because we are away from each other, we have these kind of issues coming up. Moreover, pandemic came. Now we are not even going out of the house. We are totally congested in everything, and this requires a virtual community, a community which is like your friends, but they are not your friends, a community who can help you, support you, talk to you, but still they don't know anything about you, right? Because people are afraid, right? And this, earlier those days in the Christianity, there was a system. Today it is also, there, where people confess in front of the Pope, right? So
right, confession box. Yeah,
correct.
that was the idea from where it came to us.
Yeah, so even you can have this confession box system there, right? So that there is somebody, not the Pope, but somebody who's
Right.
listening, who's available, and unknown person is listening. Somebody is saying, okay, I've done this. Unknown person is knowing that, and you need to have some rules and regulations, maybe, and this can become big. Definitely, it can become big. But you have to keep the data, for 3 years as per the IT law. This is what I'm trying to tell you. So you need to check the legality.
Right. Yeah.
If somebody says I've done murder, and I'm confessing, then you need to report to the police immediately. So this,
right.
Yeah, you need to build some AI later on, but very good model, very scalable, and it's really good. That could work. All right.
Thank you. Thanks.
Pleasure. Thank you so much. And we are left out with 5 more minutes. We can take one more question.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Next, we have Mr. Yug Srivastav. Sir, please come forward and ask your question.
Yeah,
Sam,
thanks.
we can take your question then.
By the time you come back, let me ask this question.
Yeah.
So, sir, thanks. Great inputs from your side on various other questions. So, like you said, we are also into the service in the legal space, especially. We are India Advocacy, a legal-based startup. We are operating since 6 months, and we are recognized by Niti Aayog and Atal Incubation Space as well. So the main service that we do is in the 3 segments for MSMEs especially and exclusively. Since we have more than 6 crore of MSMEs in India, we have felt the opportunity is very big, and we want to create an ecosystem where we provide legal services, accounting services, and insurance services for the MSMEs. So in the accounting services, we are creating a system where everyone can file GSTs through us at an affordable cost compared to what they pay to the nearby tax consultant or a chartered accountant. And in the legal services, we are creating a system where they can do legal documentation, drafting of agreements, and any kind of a reply notices through our in-house lawyers that we have in our platform at a very affordable cost, again at a affordable and
what is your question? That was your marketing.
Yes. So our question is, how does the investors look like when we are trying to approach investors for certain fundings to scale up our business and across the pan-India level? They are asking for the numbers. We are in a very initial stage to show numbers, and numbers in these kind of a models is a little competitive. So some investors are again straight away on this phase saying that you're not operating in a right channel or a mode, or this is not a right.
I'll tell you why
they evaluate these things.
Yeah, because it is a B2B model. Like I said earlier, B2B fundings are a big challenge, right? If you look at the fundings that has happened till date, B2Bs have not been funded. Very less numbers are there. Mm-hmm. And that too, you need to find out in B2B. There are segments like enterprise SaaS is there, which is different segment altogether, right?
Yes.
But what you are doing is, first of all, your ticket size will be small because you are serving SME. Getting my point?
Correct.
Then your profitability will be less because you are already offering a low price.
Mm-hmm.
Then your support and issues will be more because you are catering to a segment that has more challenges, right? SME segment will, if you are, suppose compare, if you are offering to a company like TCS Legal Solutions, and if you are offering to Lala Ji ki dukaan, how many times Lala Ji will call you and how many times TCS will call you?
Yes.
Right. So the morning Lala Ji comes to the dukaan and he will call you, "Arey Bhagat, yaar mera computer nahi chal raha." So he said, "Boss, I'm not giving you computer services." "Arey software to tera hi dala, jab se dala tab se nahi chal raha." You're getting my point? So these kind of challenges will start coming to you because they will say, and you can't, do anything about it because that will create. So less price, less margin, more the challenges, more complaints, right? And there is no ready set model of customer acquisition. You can't spend more money to just acquire these customers. Yes, you can create a lot of packages, but they will still require some calling, some, face to face, some quotation. They will ask you. So you understand that is a challenging model. If you become a platform, an aggregation or something, then maybe it could become big, which will become digitally scalable also, right? But this way, it is like a service, which is a customized service for every customer. You can't do standardization, right? And startups which scale up and receive funding are standardized. You need to build standard models. If you are doing separate things for separate people, then it will not be scalable, or rather it will be slowly scalable. Getting my point?
Yeah.
You can't build a ready set process. If you have a software for GST filing where customer files themselves, scalable, and you will find such many companies funded in that segment, right? If you are a aggregator for lawyers, fundable, like Loreto is there, right?
Yes.
There are so many. If you are aggregators, fundable. But why don't they get into this model? Because they know their scalabilities will be challenged, right? Then accounting. Why don't you find similar products or any organization which is really successful in your segment, scaled up, raised a lot of funding? If you find, understand their model, right, and copy that model. If you want to become big in that direction, else it will be like you will be having 100 200 clients, but this will go like that only. By the time you have more clients, your earlier clients will leave you because they have more expectations. That ticket size of SME and the trouble size, ticket size is to trouble size ratio is very challenging, right? So if you are catering to a company, if you're serving to a company like TCS, they might call you in, they don't even have time. They might call you only once and whenever required. They will not trouble you. But SME is like you are entering into the den. Troubles are everywhere. So you don't know when the lion is, going to bite you. But SME segment is like that only, and then they will threaten, because I'm telling you from my own experience, we are serving to a lot of SMEs, right? So, and then they threat you. I will post it on LinkedIn. I will post it on my Facebook. I will call you frauds. I will call you cheaters. Getting my point?
Correct.
So that's very difficult. Better to, and that's why if you ask the chartered accountant, they say we will have only limited number of clients. We will charge more. We will not become a discounted CA, right? Because ultimately discounted CAs tend to fail, because last moment, when everybody needs, these SMEs will not give you data on time. I'm just, I'm not naming anyone.
No, we are facing those things. We are facing those.
Right. Last moment they will give you data, and then they will, pay on the after the due date, and then they will blame you. Because of you, we have lost this amount. You have to pay, and they will shout at you. They will fight, and they will threaten you that I will change my CA, I will change my lawyer, and all that. Right? So again, if you want to make good money, you need to get good companies. There are chartered accountants who only have 2 clients.
Correct.
But those 2 clients are big clients, corporate clients, right? And forever life, they keep on working for them. There are lawyers who have 5 clients, good clients, corporate clients, forever life, they can work. Their children also work for the same clients, right? In your segment, if you have even 500 clients, that will be a very big number, right? Without asking you, I can imagine that you don't have more than 200, right? If you reach 200 clients, then you will see 50 clients going away. One side you are adding 50, other side they are going, right? This is going to happen on and off. So you need to think of something wherein long run, for short term it is okay, but for long run, if you want to build something which is big, and if you have big dreams, big vision to scale up, to become a unicorn, this is not going to work as per my experience. And you can don't believe me, realize yourself how many companies are there in your segment who have become big, or who are trying to become big, or who have raised funds, right? Or try to talk to similar people who are into the similar segment, doing similar things. Ask them how many number of clients you have. They will also say, on one side I add 50, by the time I add 50 leaves, or maybe 60 leaves, right?
Okay.
this problem is going to be there, because you can't change 6 crore SMEs in one day. Their income is less, and they have, just for saving some money here and there, they will create lot of issues for the vendors, right? So that is a problem, and they are not organized, and they cannot become organized. Somebody will say, मैं accounting देखूं कि मैं अपना ग्राहक देखूं दुकान पे. You get my point? If you say, Lalaji, you have not sent me the data of your sale today, अभी रुक जा, I'll send you tomorrow. कल भेजता हूँ. And this kal will happen, last date will go away, and then they will trouble you.
Yes. We are facing that. So this is happening already with our existing one.
Right. So you can't change this because they don't have systems and processes, and challenges are there. So think of something, maybe build some digital solutions. A lot of companies have built those digital solutions and engage the customer. When the customer does everything themselves, they cannot blame you.
Yes.
Technology, you can reduce the price to help. You can have some paisa, only very less margins, but technology works on its own. So think of something wherein, your tech starts working, and people do it because do it yourself is the future. What happened in US, that will happen in India also. So a lot of things people will be doing themselves. People repair their cars, do everything, they fill their taxes, everything, they do it themselves because services are expensive. So India will definitely go to that particular future is that. So maybe we can build something of that kind, right?
Sure, sir.
All right, then.
I'll take more time of yours. Yeah, later, coming days, I'll take some time of yours to discuss a little more things comprehensively. Maybe this platform is for everyone. So thanks for your suggestions.
Yeah, definitely. For those who want to book a call separately, one-on-one, you can go to StartupLanes website. There is a fee of 1,500 rupees for 20 minutes. Don't worry, this money goes to the charity. I don't make money from consultancy. That's not my primary business. My objective is to help and support everyone. So thank you so much for joining in. This is Shishir Gupta signing out. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Please do join in next time. I'll be happy to talk to all of you. I enjoy talking to all of you. All right. Bye-bye. Take care.